Hi. Oh man. So I recorded some other videos, but I didn't post them because I want to make sure to keep this channel clean. Now, there's a way to gossip and not I don't know. I feel like everything that you say can be interpreted as being offensive. So, some way I'm trying to figure out how to work. I don't know. My cat likes Jolly Rancher wrappers. Perk. It's all day, right? Anyway, I had an entire list of things, that I put it in the community channel, topics, videos I want to talk about because there is so much to say. But I want to start with the Jay-Z speech because I just feel like this is the most relevant. So I feel like there's enough content, and I'll put some links in this description box. I think Kimberly did a live last night and I watched it, where it was about Black excellence, and there were some points that she made that I think I want to actually elaborate a little bit more. But I feel like the sentiment that she was getting at is like Black excellence is a facade. People need to stop striving for Black excellence. It's just not helpful in this society. I've been saying that for a while. I made a video about Black academics and how useless they are. The thing is, like, in America, you just have to contextually understand how America works. And I think she made some really good points about these elite establishments. Now, in the beginning of Jay-Z and Beyonce's career, obviously they started from very different places. Like, they're in different musical genres. They came from different parts of the United States. They also come from different social classes. So actually their link up was pretty unlikely, but they seem to be happy now in a relationship. So good for them, right? Good for them. But also, now they're a billionaire family. They have a lot of money. And if this wasn't really, really obvious, Drake doesn't attend the Grammys, Frank Ocean doesn't attend the Grammys. There are plenty of artists who are doing really, really well, right? And they don't attend those award shows. And so I think Kimberly made a really good point, which was, okay, get off, Perk, stop it. She made a good point, which was trying to unpack basically why Beyonce will never have the Taylor Swift moments, and that is by design. That's what I've been trying to get at on this channel for a while, and another reason I'm trying to encourage people to especially Black women, to normalize the Black woman experience in all of the things, like having the apartment, not having the boyfriend, maybe not having that really expensive wedding, not having that really awesome corporate Karen job, all of those things that are prized to other people who are in our age group. But if you're Black, don't normalize those things, because if you start to compete, we're such a small percentage of the population, and if we're all trying to compete for this little crumb that they always give to Black people, it's gonna be a dog eat dog type of fight. But if you just take yourself out of that fight and just start to have, not even have, but have an ambition to get the things that you can get. You can just get, a job. You can just get an apartment. You can, especially if you're, I make content for Black women, so I can't really speak to Black men, because I do feel there's a much larger responsibility there. But I would also say that this is where I feel Jay-Z fails, because he literally, his advice is to keep showing up. Keep showing up, and then one day they will call you a genius. And what he's saying is that he prizes these accolades from these organizations who have basically chosen to be we don't appreciate you, but he still wants the recognition from those organizations. And I understand this and I don't understand it, because in every field, for instance, in music, right, or in engineering, think about in your class, right, whatever, think about in high school or college or something, right, how there's always that kid who like wants to get an A on every single test. They want to have the best grades, like the best grades, right, like that is the goal. And there are going to be those students who have that. Maybe you weren't that student. Like, I really don't know. I don't know your life. I know my life, right? What I'm saying is that, like, it's a competition. Like, you're in competition with the other people in your class, in your field, because you want to be seen as the best. And in music, the Grammys is that. But also, I feel like hopefully artists are getting to a point where they're making music for fans. And they're not making music for the Grammys. Because, like, the Grammys are, the Grammy voters, okay, represent a small segment of society. And they don't really, like, I continue to use this example just because I feel like it's so relevant. I don't know who the Migos fans are. Like, no lie, I don't know no person who, like, I have in my contact list right now who I would call and text message about anything is a fan of the Migos. I don't think. Maybe they are, maybe I don't know. I can't say the same thing about SZA. Like, I'm a fan of SZA, though I have not listened to SOS. And so I read something that Kimberly wrote where she was like, yeah, SOS was snubbed. SOS was, like, the greatest album. And people, this is where I kind of have to, like, push back a little. Because I gotta say, I just became a Taylor Swift fan. And now I'm living in Nashville where there's literally a Taylor Swift museum, okay? Like, she's, like, really, 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 really popular out here. And really, like, everywhere. And I think, like, there's a Matt Walsh video that I will also put in the description box that I think that you should watch. And it talks about how some men seem to be, like, not understanding basically why the NFL is all up in arms now because of Taylor Swift. Okay, and they don't get it. But if those men were to just, like, take a minute and go talk to really any woman under the age of 40 and ask her, like, what's the deal with Taylor Swift, a woman could tell you. And, like, that's, yes, that. Even women who are not Taylor Swift fans could give you kind of the rundown of, like, why she's popular, why women relate to her. Like, she is not making music for men, like, at all. At all. In the way that, like, I feel like the 21 Savage of it all, he is not making music for women, right? Like, these are gendered kind of specific artists that aren't really crossing the line. Which this is kind of one thing I think is a little interesting maybe about a Chris Brown type of artist. I think that Chris Brown might actually be he's a man, but he's making music for some women. Usher and Chris Brown seem to be on this line of, maybe even like Justin Timberlake maybe created that lane. Well, no, that's hard to say. The point is, I think those are men who are making music for women, but it isn't even all women, and it's not most women. I feel like it's kind of like single women to an extent, right? Because, like, I feel like, not even to be funny, but the women who seem to be in, like, long-term relationships, the married women, the women from traditional society still would, like, listen to a Taylor Swift, and they're not listening to Chris Brown. It's like a social class thing, I believe. At least from what I've seen. Like, I don't see no, like, married women being like, yes, that Chris Brown song is my jam. At least not, maybe like the black women, but married black women are, like I said, such a small percentage of the population that it, like, doesn't even count. It doesn't even count. But anyway, so where was I going with this, though? I had a point. God, my freaking cat won't leave the cord alone. Perks, stop it. So Jay-Z encouraging people to have a seat at a table that is basically not designed for you is retractive from where we've actually been, right? We already had Solange telling us to, like, build our own table, kind of. Literally, the entire album was seat at the table, except, like, maybe the point of seat at the table was to be, like, active in the community, and maybe that is what Jay-Z is pushing for. There was also a little bit of conversation about, like, why wasn't there a Rock Nation brunch, and I kind of want to talk about that too, but let's just stay on topic here. So, um, I think that Jay-Z is basically he and Beyonce want to be a part of the music industry, like the mainstream music industry, in the way that like Taylor Swift is a part of the mainstream music industry, not these like urban categories that are like subsects of music, but they want to be like the main ones. And I get it, because like being a crossover artist and all these things are, it's major. Like I get it. It's like the ambition of so many people. But at the same time, it's very strange because it seems like so many parts of Beyonce's identity now, and really Jay-Z's experience, are racialized. So you can't have this like racialized experience and then say you want it to translate to like the general population when we're only 13% of the population. Like those things don't collide. Um and also, like, even though as much as I love Renaissance as this like classic piece, it's about house music, right? Like it is heavily influenced by gay culture and house music. So the album isn't actually for everyone. I don't think everyone got to soak in the like magic of that album, because everyone didn't listen to it. Most people actually didn't listen to it. That's why I think it wasn't nominated for much. It was a great album though. It was great. Great. But there's a lot of great albums, and a lot, like Paramore won 2 Grammys, looks like, this year. I'm not sure if it was their first Grammys or not. Either way, their bodies of work are incredible. Like just like there are way more um good classic timeless albums, songs, musical pieces of work than could possibly win Grammys, and Beyonce's already won so many. um I think there's this idea that, like, Beyonce is this American pie. She's supposed to be like the face of America, and that's just not the case. Beyonce could possibly be the face of Black America, but I just think we have so many more examples that are kind of anti Beyonce, that have a little bit more symbolism in terms of like the reach, because like society, entertainment is a very small aspect of society, right? You have to go through the rest of your day, the rest of your life, that just isn't consumed by entertainment, like work, family, other shit that you do, relate you with your relationships, like whatever it is. It's just not all consumed by like entertainment. So a very short little rant on that, but I did want to say it because it was feeling a little bit like the Jay-Z speech. I really love. I wanted to point out the part I thought it was maybe the most interesting part of his speech, was that there's some people who are in the category who shouldn't be in the category. Just um that I could make an entire channel that was simply dedicated to who shouldn't be in a particular category and why not. But yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to say about the Jay-Z speech for now. I might say more later, but that's what I want to say for now.